A couple days late and under 20 minutes long. Welcome to another video game log where I go over the previous couple days' digital adventures. My name is Basky Case Corey, and remember to stay to the end of the video for today's brew or tea. Now, the last couple days gaming recap, I got all the dailies are done in Genshin. C6 Dia is home and she punches everything. Everything now just dies to big badass cat-eared lady in the desert, and it's absolutely wonderful. Like it. It's good. C60 is good, and I need to see where I land on the percentages. Because I think her crit rate in her burst is now 92 220 something, which is insane. But yeah, C6 Dia is home. The account, she's level 95, and she's ready to murder absolutely anything that this DLC throws at us. Very excited. Or DLC, I mean, update, since you don't have to pay for any of it. uh, and now with Genshin out of the way, it's C60 at home. It should be a lot more fun to play for me personally. And after that, uh, I did blast through the Festival of the Lost pass, and I gilded the seal for Festival of the Lost. It was kind of a slog, but I had to prep my I had to give myself a very angry pep talk to get myself out of this gaming habits. But we'll get to that in a few minutes here. But nonetheless, I got the shiny SMG. It's fantastic. It shaders amazingly. Absolutely beautiful. Very unique shading when you have the hollow foil SMG from Festival of the Lost. It pulls from the lights on the shaders, which is very unique, and it has some absolutely wonderful, gorgeous color combos you can get. And it's good. And in the same fashion, I think I have a type when it comes to weapons because I made huge progress in Battlefield 6, and I got the P90 unlocked, which looks. The P90 is my favorite weapon from the old Call of Duties. I know the name has changed. I think it's the UGE 90 or something similar like that because they can't use real gun names in games anymore. But nonetheless, I have a gun type, and it was the P90, and the SMG from Festival of the Lost looks like a P90. The Recluse in Destiny looks like a P90. I have a type. I have a type. And it's that the top loading barrel SMG. Oh, but nonetheless, the P90 in Battlefield 6 is wild. It doesn't have the best TTK, but it makes up for it by having an unbelievable range and very little recoil. I did a match and I got 63 kills with it and 10 deaths in a breakthrough game. Just absolutely slayed out the first game with it. It's ridiculous. You do have to take a little bit of a different mindset with the P90 in Battlefield 6, where normally you can count your bullets based on your kills with like assault rifles and LMGs and that kind of stuff, so you know how many bullets it should on average to take. With the P90, it's you point and click until they fall over. Once they fall over, disengage, reload, do it again. Unless you got them in under 10 bullets, and then or 10 to 15 bullets, and then you can do like two or three people with it because the clip's so big. But yeah, it's a little bit different of a play style, but the range and very little recoil. It plays really, really, really well at the ranges that I like to play. And once I find a gun like that in a Battlefield game, I become a problem. And I'm so glad to be that problem again. Sorry. Still residual sick. And, well, still just sick, and the meds are covering the symptoms. But it be what it be. Um, and I have played a lot with my family, given the extra time. And we still haven't won any battle royale matches yet, but we're having a good time. And I got us absolutely annihilated by driving a tank into the fire in the firestorm. So it's my fault. My bad. I will take all the blame. Oh, I've only done one stream in the last couple days, and I overstressed myself out while I was doing it because I was basically yelling at myself because something needed to change. I've noticed in my videos, I've noticed in my streams that like my passions aren't coming out. I've traded passion for the daily checkbox when it comes to gaming. So I literally just yelled at myself until I figured out what was wrong. And it's a pretty like it sounds kind of like a crazy person if you go back and watch the vlog, the the VOD. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what Twitch calls them. But anyway, but I've finally figured out that for some reason I replaced the passion of gaming with the checkbox of gaming. I wasn't playing Festival of the Lost to get the new SMG shiny. I was playing Festival of the Lost to get it done. I wasn't playing Battlefield 6 to unlock the P90 and have a good time and try different weapons. I was playing Battlefield 6 to get through the battle pass that was included in my purchase. And I and sometimes it's easy to fall into that daily routines, especially with something like Genshin, where like it straight up is giving me a reason to hit the daily check marks by giving me that constellation for Dia. And I think going forward, I'm probably going to play Genshin more, but I'm not going to log in daily like I have to get this constellation for Dia because I need to bring myself out of that checkbox mentality. I'm more likely going to play Genshin for the story to use my C6 Dia now that I got her. So it's not like it was a bad event or anything. I just know personally for myself I need to get out of the. I'm playing to complete the battle pass. I'm playing to unlock the dailies. I'm playing to get this or that done. And that turns gaming into a job in the wrong ways. Because don't get me wrong, I want to become a content creator. I want to become a streamer that can supplement my income by creating content and entertainment for you guys. And I wasn't doing that. So I wasn't doing my proper job because rep- I had replaced a passionate job with the daily grind, and that's a mistake. And I'm trying to work on that, and it should show better in this video, honestly. Um, that's why this video should sound peppier. There should be a little more passion in my voice about things, and it's finally because I just fucking yelled at myself. And sometimes you just gotta let it out because if you build it up, it's only gonna get worse. But yeah, that's kind of what happened on stream. That's what's going on in that regard. Um, so we're gonna move forward here with yesterday's gaming news. It's 2 days old now, but New World got an update out of nowhere. The game that studio doesn't exist anymore and has no employees. They added daggers to New World out of nowhere. I haven't even gotten like a answer from who pushed the patch live, but the community over in New World that's still there is having a good time with the new daggers, and I sure as hell ain't gonna stop them. Let them have a good time. Hopefully, maybe that's what they really meant. Like, maybe there's a small team over there that can make little things like new weapons and new cosmetics, but like, that's it. We'll see how much money it makes. Maybe it stays on for longer. I still want to get through the story in that at some point. We'll probably tackle that during when the winter blues hit. So when the snow starts coming, we'll start probably loading up New World. I do want to play Path of Exile and Arc Raiders a lot. Again, we will get to that here in a minute. But we're going on to a new section called My Health and Hobbies. Just something of a more personal touch to these videos. Especially like my health has been bad this year. My health is generally bad. I get sick a lot. It's just the unfortunate truth of myself. But this section here is a little less about the whole video games and streaming and more about like an update about me. And so we'll get into this, but I don't know how to completely explain it, and I'm doing these videos in a candid one shot style where I only edit out like minor mistakes here or there once in a blue moon. Like this one probably won't have any editing at all because there's so far nothing's been needed. But nonetheless, I got the meds that I need that were recommended to me from the hospital. I'm still quite sore, but my fever finally broke and I should be able to get back to work. Hoping it fully clears up by Monday. If not, I'll let you guys know whether it's on stream, Discord, or here. But yeah, health wise, struggle busting a little bit. I was in the hospital, which is why these videos have been late. And just as a whole, we're going to be working on things and hopefully getting better. Um, Now, into the hobby side, there have been a ton of Avatar The Last Airbender magic cards, and there's a handful that I really want to get my hands on, especially the Walls of Ba Sing Se and the Fire Nation Drill. Both. I want those really bad. Mostly because the Fire Nation Drill is a good way to get rid of Emmerkule's inability to die. And Ulamog, both. Yeah. And I have a friends that want to play Eldrazi's, and I have an Eldrazi commander deck that I plan on using at some point. And I know that those are going to be the counters for that. But hey, hobbies and fun stuff. Eventually, I'm going to get around to building my Edgar Markov commander deck or brawl deck, one of the two. And I'm very excited for that one because uh, that's just I like vampires. I like werewolves. I have my werewolf deck. I could have multiple werewolf decks, honestly, just because I like all the cards. Um, but I need to make a vampires counterpart to that, and that's gonna be that for my hobbies. No news on Godzilla's, except for Godzilla's stuff is tariffed and more expensive, and I can't buy action figures for Godzilla. Sad face. But anyway, what I'm looking forward to in the next few days, I guess this weekend, is I've made some major PC optimizations that because Windows 11 is stupid and game mode makes games run worse. Like what the fuck? But anyway, uh, I now get 10 times better performance on Path of Exile 2. Um, well, having all my streaming stuff going, I did a test without streaming stuff and with streaming stuff going, not live, but just to see how the game's played. And so Path of Exiles 2 runs at 100 frames per second with the streaming stuff going instead of 40, because Windows 11 game mode. Wild. That being said, Arc Raiders is now runs at a stable 75 to 80 frames. It does dip down to 60 once in a blue moon if there's like Rocketeer on screen shooting rockets at somebody, but that's still playable. I don't have any like really heavy dips down into the 40s like I would before, so improvements all around. Maybe Arc Raiders will provide support for Vulcan, and if they do, that I'm going to see much better PC performance if they ever do that. But that being said, the wife is also going to be downloading Arc Raiders because she sees how silly solo play is and wants to dodge the arc while looting and being just a silly little goose and causing problems. And if she can unlock the grappling hook, she's probably going to become an arc cowboy. Um, I'm excited to see what stories she has to tell because Arc Raiders is one of those games where even the most basic playthrough, unless you don't run into anybody in any arc at all, and even that on its own is going to be a story to tell because you're constantly worried about whether or not arc are going to come out of the bushes and just absolutely take you out. Is The game is just so good. The tension's high, but I'm just looking forward to more of it, really. And thank you for watching today's video. Hit the subscribe button if you want to follow more of my gaming journey. I stream over on Twitch. I want to stream on YouTube, but the internet in my area does not support multi-streaming yet. So I have to make a choice and I stick to a singular platform at the moment. And that singular platform at the moment is just Twitch because I have everything set up there. Nonetheless, now for today's tea, I've been drinking today's brewer tea is we're gonna be a drink goblin today, and it's gonna be glasses of water and breakfast blend coffee. Mostly because I need to keep hydrated because I've been bad about that and keeping myself hydrated. I gotta stay hydrated so I don't dehydrate. All right, hydrate so you don't dehydrate. Basically, how it is. I gotta get more water in my system to keep the inflammation out, flush out the crappy shit from your bloodstream, and then the coffee is to help me wake up because you know some of the night medicine makes me really tired and it's hard to wake up. So extra caffeine gonna make me do better. That is what it is right now. Nothing special, nothing fancy yet. Hopefully, we'll get back to more fancy pantsy, pinky out teas and coffees. But for now, I got to keep myself hydrated and caffeinated. So it's pretty simple. And remember, it's the little things like a good cup of tea or a nice walk in the crisp autumn air with hot cocoa or coffee that makes this life worth living. Thanks for watching, and by the radiant glow of good loot's light, may you have a day filled with delight. This is Basket Case Courtney, signing out. Bye!